Aspirations of young Malaysians gathered to formulate TN50 blueprint. All 71 on board a Russian passenger plane killed in crash. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohan Priya. Welcome to News on 2. 80,000 aspirations of young Malaysians had been gathered so far and would be filtered and then merged as the basis for the formulation of the TN50 blueprint. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak said that the blueprint is designed to fit the lives of young Malaysians and to safeguard their future and fulfill their dreams.
Hari ini tanggungjawab sebagai pemimpin bukan untuk kita main politik, tuan-tuan. Bukan untuk kita membuat dasar yang bersifat jangka pendek dan populis. Tapi kita mesti buat dasar-dasar yang berasaskan kepada satu visi, satu gagasan besar, mengisi impian, hasrat dan cita-cita supaya kita memberi harapan pada orang muda.
Datuk Seri Najib said this when officiating the closing of the Malaysia 4B Youth Movement Day celebration at Kampung Ulu Cucuh, Sepang, Selangor. The Belia 4B Sahabat BN's 14th General Election Machinery was also launched at the event. Malaysia will not be able to progress in its development process if the opposition party remains negative in accepting any form of ideas given by the current government, despite the positive impact these ideas would bring to the people. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi says the opposition should at least be more constructive and provide input to these ideas rather than sow the seeds of hatred to every government proposal.
Walaupun negara-negara yang mengamalkan sistem demokrasi mahukan pembangkang, tetapi pembangkang yang konstruktif, bukan pembangkang yang destruktif, pembangkang yang boleh membantu memajukan negara. Dalam hal di negeri Johor ini, memang kita akui ada kursi-kursi yang dikuasai oleh pembangkang. Tetapi jika pembangkang terlalu kuat, maka pembangunan tidak dapat diteruskan.
Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid, who is UMNO Vice President, said this at a media conference after launching the project to rebuild the Yongping Segamat Federal Road in Segamat, Johor. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein, who is also UMNO Vice President, wants UMNO and BN machineries to remain vigilant despite the internal problems faced by the opposition party. Commenting on the 50 members of Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, Larut, who left the party, he said any weakness in the opposition is not a guarantee that UMNO and BN is strong and will win big. Malaysia would not have achieved its unity among its people without tolerance, understanding and mutual respect among the various communities. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, in his speech read by Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Tan Sri Joseph Kurup, said the spirit of unity in diversity has been fully utilised as a formula for the country's success for the past 60 years. Speaking at the launch of Moments of Unity, Perpaduan di Hati, Tan Sri Joseph added that Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid hopes the current generation would inherit the spirit of unity which is being worked together with the 2050 National Transformation Agenda or TN50 in creating a better future for the country.
Detik-detik kebersatuan atau Moments of Unity perlu dicambah dan disemarakkan lagi. Detik-detik kebersatuan yang merintasi sempadan perkauman, agama, budaya dan bangsa seperti dalam bidang sukan, ekonomi, seni budaya dalam sosial adalah instrumen ajaib yang dapat menyatu padukan rakyat Malaysia.
Tan Sri Joseph said the government will not marginalise any ethnic group in the country in the quest for further development. All Barisan National component parties are urged to stop speculating on the candidates who will contest in the 14th general election. Wanita UMNO Chairman Tan Sri Shahrizad Abdul Jalil says the decision, which will only be made by its chairman, Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak, following discussions with other component party leaders. Tan Sri Shahrizad said she was disappointed with the speculation made by several parties, which stated that she would contest for the Putrajaya seat.
Kan spekulasi tentang siapa jadi calon di mana, hentikan. Kepada saya selaku Ketua Wanita UMNO Malaysia dan juga Ketua Wanita Barisan Nasional, tumpuan saya adalah untuk menentukan jentera wanita mantap. Isu untuk siapa jadi calon semua kita serah bulat-bulat kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Pengerusi Barisan Nasional. Tutup cerita.
Tan Sri Shahrizad said this to reporters after attending the Pasar Nita at Gong Sifa Chai 2018 held in Kuala Lumpur. Dog bite victims are urged to seek medical treatment from government health clinics or hospitals rather than private clinics to obtain the specific vaccine to prevent the rabies virus from flaring up in their bodies. According to Deputy Health Minister Datuk Sri Hilmi Yahya, most people are unaware as to how quickly the fatal virus can attack the human body system.
Nombor satu, kita nak suruh cuci dulu. Cuci dengan air bersih, cuci luka tu, dan cepat-cepat pergi ke hospital klinik kerajaan atau hospital kerajaan. Sebab kita boleh bagi, kita ada immunoglobulin kan, bagi immunoglobulin di tempat yang kena gigit tu, di luka tu kita bagi immunoglobulin, lepas tu kita bagi vaksin. Dan kita wajibkan supaya semua kes gigit anjing ni, kalau pergi ke klinik, cepat-cepat dia rujuk ke hospital kerajaan, refer. Ya. Kita tak mau jadi kes macam di Sarawak tu, dia pergi ke private clinic, kemudian dia tak pergi ke hospital kerajaan, lepas tu dia dapat rabies, tak mau.
Datuk Sri Hilmi also advised dog bite victims to quickly clean the wound when they are bitten by dogs or cats before seeking medical treatment. Meanwhile, on a related matter, dog owners in Sarawak have been reminded to have their pets vaccinated to ensure that the state would remain rabies-free. In this regard, Assistant Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture, Datuk Lee Kim Shin, pointed out that the free vaccination program is being carried out in stages across the city.
Kita mahu semua yang memiliki anjing ini sebagai seorang pemilik yang bertanggungjawab. Ya, bertanggungjawab. Kalau nak pelihara anjing itu, pelihara dengan baik-baik. Ya? Jangan dia tinggalkan dia jadi anjing liar. Inilah satu usaha pendidikan yang perlu diambil.
Speaking at the mass rabies vaccination exercise that took place at the Civic Centre in Miri yesterday, Datuk Lee said Miri City Council MCC will collaborate with NGOs to capture stray dogs roaming around the housing and commercial areas. Several mass rabies vaccination exercises will also take place in the near future, as shown on the screen. As of December 31st, 462 animal bite cases have been recorded in Miri, of which 323 were dog bite cases. A centralised sewage treatment plant in Kuala Terengganu costing 490 million ringgit will begin construction this year. Secretary-General to the Ministry of Energy, Green Technology and Water, Datuk Sri Dr. Zaini Ujang, said the construction project, which is still in the procurement stage, was approved by the federal government last year and will benefit over 300,000 people in the state.
Jadi apabila kemudahan ini diadakan, ada impak yang besar. Satu, masyarakat yang tidak connected lagi kepada, masih belum menggunakan kemudahan perkhidmatan pembentungan berpusat disebabkan rumah individu, premisi individu, mereka diminta untuk connect kepada kemudahan itu nanti. Kemudahan itu bermakna tangki septik yang digunakan di rumah yang lama-lama ni akan dapat dihapuskan.
Datuk Sri Dr. Zaini was speaking to reporters after the 2015 National Transformation TN50 dialogue with the local communities about the Green Technology Master Plan GTMP Malaysia 2030 in Yunis Zah, Gong Badak, Kuala Nerus, Terengganu yesterday. The Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, MMEA, has detained 11 Vietnamese fishermen for illegal fishing approximately 105 nautical miles off Kuala Tok Bali in Pasir Putih, Kelantan yesterday. The Deputy Director of Maritime Operations, District 10 Tok Bali Maritime Commander Ismail Hamzah said the MMEA also seized 200 kilograms of fish and 300 litres of diesel worth 300,000 ringgit during the raid codenamed Operasi Perkasa Timur and Operasi Marih off the Kelantan waters.
Punca nelayan asing datang ke Malaysia sebab negara kita masih lagi kaya dengan hasil laut lah, ikan dan sebagainya. Sebab tu ikan ni sebenarnya kalau Vietnam biasa dia bawa balik dan Vietnam dia ekspor hasil laut ni ke Europe sebab dia ekspor utama dia lah. Sebab tu dan permintaan sana mahal. Sebab tu ikan di negara dia berkurangan. So tu yang dia datang ke Malaysia.
All the foreigners who were caught were aged between 28 and 64 years old. The suspects are being investigated under the Fisheries Act 1985 for fishing in Malaysian waters without approval from the Malaysian Director of Fisheries. An Indonesian maid passed away yesterday at the Bukit Mertajam District Hospital while undergoing treatment after she was allegedly abused by her local employers. Central Seberang Perai OCPD ACP Nik Ros Azhan Nik Abdul Hamid said police have detained the suspects, a 36-year-old woman and her 39-year-old brother. The victim, who came to Malaysia to work about 2 years ago, had swelling on her head and face as well as injuries on her arms and legs. ACP Nik Ros Azhan said the police sent her to Bukit Mertajam Hospital where she died. He added that a post-mortem will be conducted today to determine the cause of death. The two suspects have been remanded until February 14th to facilitate investigations under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. A total of 448 traffic summonses were issued for several offences, including driving without a licence, not wearing safety belts and not possessing identification documents in Sabah over the weekend. Sabah Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Department Chief Superintendent Muhammad Zamzuri Muhammad Isa said the integrated traffic operations inspected 1,113 vehicles throughout the state.
120 kenderaan yang kita periksa juga, kita pihak Jabatan Siasatan Jenayah Narkotik telah memeriksa sebanyak 10 orang individu, yang mana daripada 10 orang ni satu tangkapan telah dibuat positif dadah.
More than 200 officers and personnel from PDRM, the Narcotics Criminal Investigations Department, the Road Transport Department and the Commercial Vehicle Licensing Board were involved in the operations. The dividend rate announced by the Employees Provident Fund EPF had exceeded market expectations as global interest rates are still below what is considered a normal interest rate environment. Maybank President and CEO Dato' Abdul Farid Alias in a statement said that EPF achieved a good performance by giving a higher dividend rate than the targeted 2%, which was above last year's 3.7% inflation rate. Despite the difference between conventional and Sharia savings, Maybank believes that with time and the availability of more Sharia-compliant investment instruments, EPF will be able to achieve similar returns for both savings. The high dividends for its two schemes in 2017 was reflective of the fund body's well-diversified investment strategy. Meanwhile, CIMB Group Holdings Berhad Chief Executive Officer Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Aziz said EPF has proven to be the most successful retirement fund globally. On Saturday, EPF declared a dividend of 6.9% for its conventional savings for 2017, with a payout amounting to 44.15 billion ringgit and a 6.4% dividend for its Sharia savings 2017, with payout amounting to 3.98 billion ringgit.
The afternoon was the scene for the final 34 minutes of the Super League encounter between Kuala Lumpur and Johor Darul Ta'zim, which threatened to boil over at any moment. KL scored on Saturday, and despite being pounded by JDT for the rest of the game, they held on to claim a famous first win of the season for them in the Super League.
When the two teams played the initial 56 minutes in the original schedule, KL had already taken the lead through Paulo Josue as they threatened to be the first local team to inflict a defeat on the reigning Super League champions. Within minutes of the restart, JDT could have found themselves a level, but Kamarul Effendi came out on top twice to first deny Luciano Figueira, then made a point-blank stop to Haris Harun's shot. KL looked dangerous on the counter-attack. Twice, Guilherme de Paula was picked out by the impressive Josue, but found a stumbling block in Haziq Nadzli. With 10 minutes left on the clock, Figueiro glanced a header just over the crossbar, and that set the scene for theatrics. KL's keeper Kamarul asked for the treatment from his medical staff, and that prompted Figueira to berate his opponent for time wasting, which almost caused a free-for-all. KL held on valiantly to gain their first point of the season.
In our top story today, all 71 on board a Russian passenger plane killed in a crash shortly after taking off. Join us again at 7 tonight for more updates. Until then, I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.